Hello everyone, it is Will, and it's been a while since I've been on here, made a video, and wanted to get back on here today and talk about something that I've been reading. I'm doing a YouVersion Bible devotional with some men, Pastor Otis from church, and a couple other guys. And one of the things that we came up today, that came up, was the incident where Jesus got in the boat with the disciples. They went over on the Sea of Galilee, and all of a sudden a storm came up. So it's found in Matthew chapter 8, and I'm going to start in verse 23. As he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. Suddenly a violent storm arose on the sea, so that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but he was sleeping. So the disciples came and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us, we're going to die." But he said to them, "Why are you so fearful, you of little faith?" Then he got up, rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. Then the men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the sea obey him." And I used to read that and think that Jesus was saying, "You of little faith, why didn't you rebuke the storm and the winds and the wave?" But that's not what he says there. He says, "Why are you so fearful, you of little faith? Why are you so fearful?" And they were facing a great storm, and these guys were they were fishermen, many of them, so they were facing a great storm, and they should have been used to that, but they were afraid. So this is a pretty violent storm, and sometimes in life we're going to go through storms. They needed to trust Jesus to get them through that, and he was training them for later, because he knew that they faced a lot of great storms. If you think about it, the 12 that are mentioned here, that are the disciples that were with Jesus, of them, Judas would go on to betray Jesus, and then the other 11 would be put to death for the gospel, with exception to John, who they tried to put to death, but God wasn't finished with him, so he just wouldn't die. John went on, after they tried to kill him, to be banished to the Isle of Patmos, where he wrote the book of Revelation. And through their ministry, some lived longer than others. Some they all faced great storms, but in our lives, we're going to do the same thing. We live in turbulent times. We live in a time of unrest, and we have no idea what lies ahead, but God does. He knows what's ahead of us, and we need to learn to have faith in him to get us through the storms. So when you're going through little trials and temptations, or sometimes bigger trials and temptations, the bigger they get, the harder it seems to get through them. But you go through the small ones to teach you faith in God, and the storms will get tougher to get through, but when you have faith in God, he's going to see you through. And no matter what the outcome, all of the storms that the disciples went through didn't always turn out the way they wanted. Certainly they would not have wanted to be put to death, but they were, and they trusted God in that, and in the end, the outcome that God wanted was the outcome that they got. And if we have to die for Jesus, that's not a terrible thing. Nobody wants to be put to death, but at least we know when we're absent from this world is to be present with God. So have faith in God through the trials and through the storms, and he will see you through, and he'll give you the strength and the courage to get through it. Have a great day. Be a light to somebody who is otherwise in a dark world, and we'll see you next time.